Welcome back to another video, and today I'm wanting to talk about calling on the corners. For those of you guys who don't know what calling on the corners means, it's a term that we use in duck hunting for when we call at ducks when they're on the corners of the spread. And so it's hard for me to explain where that point is exactly, but it's when I generally refer to it as like you're not calling them all the way into the spread. You're calling them when they're just kind of out off to the side, making the decision to either go away or come back to the spread. So calling on the corners is basically when you're working ducks and they go away from the spread, and you're like, all right, it's time to call them. You hit the call and they come back into the spread for another look. So calling on the corners is pretty simple. I do it all the time, and it's really my favorite way to call ducks because I'm not over calling them, and I'm really just kind of being comfortable with the ducks and letting them work and do their thing. So when I'm working ducks, I'm gonna generally go ahead and give them a greeting call when they're first coming in and get their attention, maybe do some feeders and get their attention, get them working a little bit, and get them excited to come into the feed. And this also doubles as for working them over water, but over water, I really just like to do single quacks and really kind of finesse them in, don't overcall them a lot. But when I'm in the fields, I really like to get pretty talkative with them. So I like to greet them, I like to get their attention, feeders, quacks, and when they make that decision, when they're circling, ducks are gonna circle a lot in the field. They're never really gonna come right in, which I've had happen, but most of the time when I'm working big groups of ducks, they're gonna circle a lot and make up their mind and then finally come in. And this is when calling on the corners really does help. So you get their attention, they're working, they're gonna go away. And when they're going away, I like to wait. I don't like to just hit a comeback call right away, right when they leave the spread. I like to wait a little bit. I like to wait for them to get 150, 200 yards out, and then I go and get that comeback call and get them to come back in. And then once you get their attention, they're coming back in, you can just either sit there, which I do a lot of the time, and just let them work again, or you can give them feeders, give them quacks to keep them interested, and you go and they're circling, and then they go away again. And then once they hit that same spot, I cannot really explain where that spot is, but somehow in the back of my mind, I just know where that corner is on either side. And I'm just like, all right, wait. And then they turn, or they'll just go away. They're just not interested and they're wanting to go to a different feed. But most of the time when I'm calling on the corners, I like to just hit them hard once, and then if they come back, keep them interested, feeders, quacks, or just stay quiet. And if you don't call, a lot of people say you need to feeder them all the way in, quack all the way in, and just stay heavy on the call. But I've hunted a lot, and I've found, no matter what you do, really, if you're calling or not calling, you'll generally know by what the ducks do, if they want the calling or they don't want the calling. Most of the time, if you just sit happy, hit them on the corners, and let them work and do their thing, they'll come in. But sometimes they just need a little bit of extra, they just need a little bit of extra motivation to come in. Give them that, they'll work right in. But most of the time for me, I just like to watch the show, have them come on in. So calling on the corners, it's real simple, real easy. And if you guys have duck hunted in the past, you kind of know where that money spot is for hitting that comeback call. And that's basically what calling on the corners is. Greet them, get them interested, they fly away, hit them on the corner, bring them back in. If they go away again, hit them on the corner, they'll come back in. And generally by the third pass, you'll know whether the ducks are gonna do it or not. So I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of information on what calling on the corners is and how to do it. It's calling on the corners is hard to really explain without showing. So get in the field, practice a little bit, and you'll get to know where that money spot is, where you hit that comeback call and they'll come back in. And calling on the corners works for me, and I hope it works well for you guys. If you want to follow me on my social media, I've got Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Follow me on there and stay up to date with what's going on. Snapchat and Instagram, They're my two favorites, so follow me on there and you can message me if you want to get in contact with me. It's all right there. But that is all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one.